It's time for the Scott Buening Show. Learn all about Southridge Raider football. This week's show is sponsored by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Grosvenor Communications. Go Raiders!
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hello and welcome to this week's Scott Buening Show. And Coach, last week you took on the Pike Central Chargers. You traveled down to Petersburg to take them on. You came out a 57-0 victor. And why don't you recap that game for us?
I think overall our kids had a great approach through the week. Did a good job preparing, and and we got to Friday night, and felt like we had good energy. Felt like they performed well, executed well. We don't get too caught up in outcomes in either which week, in regards to plays, scores, or anything like that. We're trying to play as well as we can play. And I think when we got into the film and really broke it down and looked at things we wanted to improve upon that week, we felt like we did a better job. I felt like we got better. And, so ultimately it was a good night for us.
And, you said it 4-0 this season, but if you've only given up 7 points all season, it's very hard to not be 4-0 right now.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't go out. We don't set goals to shut people out, and we don't set any goals like that. We don't really set any statistical goals. The only goals the only real statistical goals we have is we're trying to win the turnover battle and the explosive play battle. We feel like you take those two things, the rest of these statistics can be a little misleading. And we feel like you end up chasing those, but we feel like that, if you can win, if you add up explosive plays and you add up turnovers, whoever does better in those two areas, when you combine them, typically is going to win the football game. And I think we've done a good job of limiting explosive plays. In fact, I think we've done a great job. Now we're going to get a different kind of test on Friday with that, and we've done a good job. I think we've been able to get up on the scoreboard, and that has helped get us in a position where I think teams have to get out of what they want to do, and we've been able to create some turnovers from that respect. And to this point, that's been great. Like I said, we're going to get a different kind of test on Friday, but up to this point, we're pleased about those things.
And, 3 of your 4 games, you scored 38 points or more. You guys have rushed for 1,000 yards this year. I think you're pretty close to 500 yards passing. The offense has been stout, too.
Yeah, they have done a nice job. And, in all of those, offense, defense, special teams, they all work together. Offensively, when you're up on the scoreboard, it's easier to call plays. It's easier to, do the things that you want to do and not things that you have to do. And I think we're continuing, I think defensively, we're continuing to morph into an identity that I think we like and uses our kids' abilities at least to the best that we can and that they have and use their strengths. And I think offensively is the same. And I think, as we continue through our season, as we play, as we try to take a shot at the sectional and the conference that we still have left, I think balance is a big part of what we have. I think we've got a lot of guys who do a lot of things well. But I also don't think that, and I think that needs to continue to be a strength for us. I don't think, we're a team that can be one-dimensional, but I don't think we're a team that needs to be one-dimensional. I think we've got a lot of kids we can use in a lot of different places to help keep ourselves balanced and hopefully lead to some more offensive success.
And we'll be back on the Scott Buening Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brothers Communications.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild! He just won the game! Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
And welcome back to the Scott Buening Show. And, Coach, we're going to ask you to take your coach hat off and put your AD hat on for a period here. How about that?
Yeah, sounds great.
Southridge has had a very successful fall sports campaign. And why don't you go over some of the teams from fall sports for us?
It has been a strong fall sports season for us. We talked about football here, and then you go to tennis. I think tennis at this point they only have one loss in the conference up to this point. They've been extremely competitive. They're just coming off a big win against Gibson Southern. They've got a big match against Princeton coming up, and some others. But they've got a strong team that's done very well, and I think still they got a shot here. I think to make a run at the PAC title. Cross country, they've had a good season. The girls team has done very well. They've competed in some pretty high profile meets and invitationals. They've traveled a lot, been on the road. We with all the construction we have going on, we've got a new course laid out for them. It's going to be great. We've Coach Bland and Coach Spinner have done a great job working and getting those things together. We've tried to protect it a little bit this year with to let it come in, and but we're excited about that. Soccer is continuing to develop the boys and girls team. The boys got its first win the other night, 6-0 over North Posey. That was exciting for them. They're off campus too, as we construct a new facility for them here on campus that we're excited about. The girls soccer team has been competitive. They played a lot of tough, tight matches. That program, as it's in its infancy stages, is continuing to grow, and the coaching staff, Coach Aders and his group is, they're putting a lot of time into the kids and trying to bring those programs along. Golf, girls golf, Coach Collins and his group there, they just finished third in the conference, which I thought was tremendous. They posted a great score. I think they're they got sectional coming up here, and I feel like maybe they got a shot to continue, and they've done that a few times here to get the team out of the sectional and get them to the regional, and so we're looking forward to them performing here coming up and having a good performance as well. And then volleyball in this area is very strong, very, very strong and competitive, and as is our conference and area. And our volleyball team got off to a really good start to the season, and they're continuing to they've really run into a gauntlet here the last couple of weeks of frankly a lot of state caliber teams. And Coach Albrand, this is her first season, and I think she's done a good job of just working with this team and the group and continuing to bring them along. They've got great numbers down through the youth program, and so I think all in all, we're very pleased with what we've been able to accomplish. Our coaches have done a great job. Our kids have done a great job, and been very competitive, and we're looking forward to the tournaments coming up.
Ted O'Brien's my nephew, and I'll tell you, I texted him this summer and I asked him, I said, Albrand, Rust, Buening, Boos, etc. Mattingly, a Mattingly in-law. I was like, are you trying to get an all-star cast over there or what?
Well, I don't know about that, but I will say that Coach O'Brien included, he's top-notch coach, and we have a lot of coaches who are passionate about Southridge, passionate about the Raiders, passionate about their programs, passionate about the kids, and we've got a very unified group, and I think that's something, our current culture and environment outside of education-based athletics, outside the school. There's a lot of what I think many of us feel are the important parts of athletics. I don't know if I want to say they're under attack, but they certainly, there's a lot of opportunities to go out and do other things that, frankly, I don't think are as exciting and as great as playing for your high school and putting Southridge across your chest and the Raiders across your chest and playing in front of your community, and it's something that our coaches, our kids, our families, I think most of them value that tremendously, and we are certainly appreciative of that, and it's been a good thing for us.
And we're back on the Scott Buening Show after this. We'll ask Coach to put Coach back on. You're listening to Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Miller & Brosper Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome back to the Scott Buening Show. And Coach, this week you get to play at Raider Field in a big PAC battle versus the Gibson Southern Titans, who's at 4-0. It's actually the battle of the undefeated teams. And, it seems like Gibson Southern has been a strong team lately. And last year, of course, they won state championship, and they don't seem to have lost a beat.
They haven't lost a beat, and Coach Hart and his group over there have done just a tremendous job of building, frankly, one of the best programs in southern Indiana. They are well coached, well trained. They've got a strong youth program, strong middle school program, strong high school program, strong strength training program. I mean, they do things right. And it's what makes games like this so valuable on our schedule. As we go out and get, first of all, it's going to be an exciting atmosphere. I do expect a good crowd, and I think people are excited about the game. We're excited about the game. It's going to be a great atmosphere to play in. I think, games like this, you get an opportunity. They're going to take advantage of things we don't do well. They're going to identify things we don't do well, and they're going to try to expose those things. And we've always thought that about Jasper when we played them in the past. I mean, we were going to have to be good in all areas, okay? In any area that we weren't, we were going to struggle. But it was also, I think anytime you get to play we call them a big boy football game, when you get to play in a big boy football game like this, frankly, you find a lot out about your kids. You find out who your guys are, in regards to who can handle moments like, who's ready for moments like this, who's ready for, being under the lights in this environment. And I feel like we've got a lot of guys who are. And so we're looking forward to it. It's an exciting week. Kids are their focus this week in practice has been tremendous. They've, they're excited about playing, and we're looking forward to the challenge on Friday.
Well, Coach, good luck this week, and we look forward to talking to the Southwark Raiders, who are 5-0.
We'll take that. Thanks, Joe.
And you've been listening to the Scott Buening Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Mother Grocery Communications. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Scott Buening Show. Join us every week to learn more about Southridge Raider football. This week's show has been brought to you by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. See you next week.